Well, this is a rare time for Bill Martinez and our show to be here on location. And we're visiting with Sandy Limkohler, president of Warrior Foundation of the Freedom Station here in San Diego. Sandy, I really count it a privilege to have the opportunity to come here and visit and see for myself what all you and the volunteers and the people have donated over the years to support Warrior Foundation and Freedom Station. This is just absolutely spectacular. Thank you.
Thank you for coming, and thank you so much for allowing our warriors to be able to share and spend a little bit of time with you. They're pretty amazing, wonderful Americans,
Amen.
And I think that I think they're going to give the greatest generation a run for their money in what they give back to our country in the next 50 to 60 years. I think this country is in good hands,
exactly.
And I think they're going to take us there.
That's great.
I just wanted to say again, I know that they all had a good time, because after they were done, kind of talking with you, they came in to share with me that it was a lot of fun and they enjoyed it. So.
Well, tell us about you and the roots of Freedom Station here. I know you come from a military family with your husband. He's a retired Chief Warrant Officer, and your daughter just got promoted.
Yeah,
congratulations.
She just got promoted to commander, so we're very proud of her, and she's a new mom and married to a very wonderful gentleman who's an LDO. So we, if you don't marry Navy, it doesn't work too well in our household, But I wear my Marine pin because Warrior Foundation actually started out back in 2004 with a group of Marines that I ran into up at the hospital. And basically the Warriors told me what they needed more than anything for Christmas was a particular razor. And this razor had, and I raised girls. So, I said to the Marines, well, what do you need? And they're like, nothing, ma'am, nothing. And I said, okay. So I got them in the elevator and I hit the button and I said, dudes, you're not getting out till you tell me what you need for Christmas. I'm a Navy wife, I'm a Navy mom. Nobody's going to get you for anything. I said, tell me what you need. Well, when you corner a Marine, they'll solve their own problems. They really will. So the little Marine says to me, ma'am, we need the Norelco Cool Skin Razor that dispenses lotion and it has one button and you can use it in the shower, and I can't even button my shirt or wash my face. This would make my life so much easier. And I said, okay, let me write this down. Went home to my husband and I said, take me over to the commissary and the exchange. We're going to have a little razor class because I don't really know what they're talking about. So we went and looked up the number razor that they wanted, and the razors were about $89. And I called the hospital and I was given a little bit of misinformation. I was told that there were 300 injured up there. So I'm thinking to myself, $89 times 300, that's above my pay grade and my husband's. I said, so we'll buy 5 of them and we'll give them to the warriors that need them the worst. Well, I was laying around at night at bed and I'm getting a full head of steam and I'm thinking this country can do better. This country can get razors for warriors that are in need of a good shave, to feel good, and to have their military bearing back after being injured. So I contacted a radio station, and we went to the radio station, and I had everything written on a little piece of paper. I was just going to tell them, okay, this is what we need, and if anybody wants to donate, I'll wrap them up and I'll get them up to the hospital. Well, the radio announcer put me on the radio. And as I sat down, he says to me, don't worry, dear, there's only 50,000 watts of people listening to you. That began a wonderful relationship of where our area, our San Diego, our Southern California, our Arizona, we are a firestorm of giving for these warriors. And in 45 minutes, we raised $68,000. We purchased the Norelco razors, and that was the very beginning or the roots of Warrior Foundation. From that time till now, we have raised $9.3 million, and none of us are salaried. None of us take a penny, and we have very little admin fees because our generous donors and volunteers contribute everything that we need, stamps and stationery, and we keep every penny going right to the guys. Since that time, Warrior Foundation works with 4 different groups of warriors. We work with the seriously injured, and at the beginning of the war, the country wasn't quite in gear. And so at the beginning of the war, I would get a call from the command, and they would say that we have an injured warrior, got boots in the air. And that meant we had somebody coming home from Germany. And basically we would find out where their parents were or their young wife and children, and we would find out they were in Florida. We would fly them to San Diego. We would get them a hotel room. We would get them rent-a-car, in short, anything they needed, so that by the time their warrior landed out here at Marine Air Base, we'd put them in a big white bus, just like in MASH, or an ambulance, and we would bring them over to Balboa Naval Hospital, which is really called Naval Medical Center San Diego, but all of us that have lived here for years basically know it as. Okay, so Balboa. And basically what happened is when the warriors would arrive, we would have their family members standing right at the emergency entrance, so that all they had to do is worry about getting their warriors back on their feet. The second group of warriors we work with, and sometimes the first group becomes the second group, are the warriors that have PTSD and TBI. This is just now really beginning to surface for our country, and it is the invisible it's invisible injury. It really is. When you look at our warriors that are amputees, you see their physical injuries. When you look at the warrior standing next to who has all of his arms and legs, thank goodness, you don't understand that he is just as injured as the warrior who is an amputee.
And some of these new studies are proving that fact. I mean, the NFL is realizing that these brain injuries bring with them long-sustaining impact.
And not only is there long-sustaining impact, there is a need that these warriors have to be recognized as well for their service.
Right.
And basically what we provide these warriors, and any warrior that needs it, is a laptop, voice recorders, noise machines. We call them sonic boom alarm clocks. They about walk across the room and wake that Marine right up. Right. We provide them with iPads, Nexus 7s. At the beginning of the war, we were providing them with Palm Pilots and cell phones, and they would take a picture of you and then type your name in, so that the next time that they met you, they would know who you were. So that's kind of the second group that we work with. And the third group, and these are the warriors that are the most near and dear to my heart. Many of those warriors are up at the barracks area, so they're not in a hospital bed any longer. They don't need a doctor and a nurse every 3 hours, but they certainly are not ready to go back to their units. And these warriors live in a special barracks up at the hospital area, and they're there between 2 and 4 years. And they're learning to use their new arms and legs. They're going through multiple surgeries. They're going through physical therapy, occupational therapy. And as of August last year, we had 213 Marines up there. We had about 112 Navy, and we've got about 40 Army up there. So it's a bigger population than people realize right there. And at Camp Pendleton, we have another 180 right now. Down at 32nd Street Naval Base, there's about 40 or 50. It fluctuates down there, and those are reservists that are Seabees and Navy and Army, and people forget about them. Well, not Warrior Foundation Freedom Station. We take care of all of them. This group of warriors, we do a number of things for them. We provide quality of life items for them. One day there was a group of Marines sitting around talking, and they had their legs kind of set up anvil style, and they were talking in a Marine language that I won't share with you. And what was happening was these warriors were amputees, and it was a dead giveaway if you had your camis on with a pair of gym shoes that you were an amputee. And our Marines didn't like that, and our corpsmen didn't like that, and the Army didn't like that. So they were trying very desperately. Our legs, our prosthetics, do everything. They can rock climb and run and bicycle, and I mean, they can do everything, except these feet did not point to go into a military boot. So when you learn to walk on a prosthetic leg, at the beginning of the war, they were a lot heavier than they are now. You can get a prosthetic now that's 16 pounds. Well, you're learning to swing that leg. So you put a gym shoe on it, so it's very ultra light. Okay, well, they didn't like that because you could tell they weren't whole. Right. These are 20-year-olds with proud Marine military bearing. But it basically, we provided boots with zippers for them. And the boots with zippers allow that foot to go in, they zip it up, and they are in full military uniform. So it's really, we have a patent pending on this. We provide this ultralight boot to our warriors. They learn to swing it, and they go right back to Afghanistan. And at the beginning of the war, they were going right back to Iraq with these boots and their legs in a bag. So we also take these warriors out on special events, shooting at the American Center for Shooting. We take them out to rock jeep crawling. We take them out bass fishing, all different events. The biggest thing we do for this group is we work really hard, and there is a firestorm of giving, like I said, and we raise money to be able to send them home
I want
for
to talk
Christmas.
more about that in just a moment. Sandy,
Okay.
stay with us. We're going to do another segment.
Okay.
This is Bill Martinez. We're on location at Freedom Station in San Diego.